growing concerns about the integrity of California's elections. An investigation is underway over a video appearing to show people in the state being paid to sign other voters' names on political campaign petitions.
Over the past couple of weeks, Governor Gavin Newsom has been rocked by multiple fraud allegations because California is plagued with fraud, from healthcare fraud to daycare fraud, and most recently, voter fraud. And Democrats and their donors, they're panicking because Governor Gavin Newsom is seen as a 2028 presidential nominee for the Democrats. Let us get into it by taking a look at this reporting regarding the voter fraud that's taking place under Gavin Newsom's watch. Take a look.
Investigating possible ballot fraud caught on camera after a viral video appears to show people in San Francisco being paid cash to sign campaign petitions with fake names. Senior national correspondent William Lajeunesse is reporting out of LA on that for us. Hi, William.
Hey, Sandra, you know, what I'm about to show you is one reason people don't trust the election system. Long line, mostly homeless, getting $5 to sign election petitions. Not only is that illegal, they're also being asked to commit fraud by impersonating other voters hundreds of miles away.
Hey, what's the line for?
To sign a petition.
Shut up,
don't say nothing no more. They get paid $5 to sign a petition.
They get $25?
$5.
$5. Okay.
So the guy who shot this says hundreds signed these petitions. No one reportedly asked for an ID, nor were they told what they were signing.
Let me begin by saying this is the reason why we need a Save America Act to be passed, the same act that will require voter ID and to show proof of citizenship. Because what you're seeing is basically a bunch of NGOs, they're targeting the most vulnerable part of the population, homeless folks. And what they're doing, they're giving them food, cigarettes, and money, allegedly, for them to sign petitions on behalf of other people and for themselves. And we don't know if these people are legally able to vote. And just the act of giving these people money for them to sign petition and for them to vote, that is illegal. And this is happening in California. And according to the Democrats, there's no widespread voter fraud. And this is happening in a deep blue state, which is why you see the Democrats, they're all against the Save America Act. And we had Nick Shirley, who went to California to do an expose, and what he found a lot of voter fraud. And here is a clip of one of these individuals that he found that allegedly voted 55 times, and this person is 125 years old. Take a look.
All right, so let's say his name's Virginia. She's 125 years old. She's voted over 55 times, and she's active on the voter rolls here in California. Let's see if she's home. Hi, how's it going, sir? Doing good?
No, I'm cooking.
Oh, okay, well, I'll be quick. I'm just looking for Virginia, 125 years old.
125 years old?
Yeah, she's registered to vote at this location right here. Is Virginia here?
Yeah, but she ain't no 125 years old.
Really? How old is Virginia then?
80.
80? Well, here on the state of California, she's 125 years old, and she's voted in 55 elections.
Nope.
Is there another Virginia?
No, not here.
Virginia.
This is the reason why Democrats like Gavin Newsom, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, all of them, they're fighting against the Save America Act. Because a lot of people on the voter rolls, they're 125 years old, they're 130 years old, and they're voting actively. And what the Save America Act is going to do is going to require these people to re-register to vote using a valid ID to show that they are who they say they are. Because it doesn't make sense how someone is 125 years old, they're able to vote allegedly 55 times. And now let us move on to our next case of fraud that's running wild throughout California, and I think this is the biggest one. Because in LA County, there are a whole bunch of hospice providers, and they're not actually providing services to people. Take a look at this.
One doctor billed the government $120 million in a single year, claiming to oversee 1,900 patients. With almost 2,000 hospice agencies, LA County has more than 36 states combined, and 30 times more than either Florida or New York.
18% of the whole country's home health care billing is coming out of Los Angeles County. How is that possible?
And take a look at this map, a cluster of 287 hospice providers in a 2-mile radius, some in strip malls, unmarked buildings, even a wrecking yard and vacant lot.
All of it is just paperwork. I could fill that out in Kazakhstan if I want and get a hospice license waiting for me.
My question is, how is it possible for one county in California to have 18% of the country's hospice providers when they don't have 18% of the country's population? It just doesn't make sense. And then Gavin Newsom, he's going to complain about a $100 billion budget deficit. Is he not going through the budget to see where this money is going? To see that there's something abnormal happening in LA County? But yet still, every other day, he's traveling all over the world on the international stage, bashing the country, bashing the president, instead of focusing on what's happening in California. And here we have another clip of Nick Shirley where he actually exposed this hospice fraud. Take a look.
Van Nuys, California, massive fraud is taking place with hospice. For instance, this location, Miracle Healing Hospice, billed over $1.3 million. Medicare paid them $966,000. Something interesting about this location, if you come right here to Miracle Healing Hospice, and if you want to knock on the door, nobody's going to answer because nobody's actually inside. And something interesting about this location, these are all hospices. All of these are hospices. But what's super interesting about this is if you take a look at the parking lot, the cars that are in here, you have a Cybertruck, you have a brand new BMW. Over there you have 3 really nice cars, a BMW, Mercedes, and a Mercedes. And these locations are billing millions of dollars. For instance, Guardian of Angels Hospice and Blossom Hospice, they're also here. They've actually fled the location. They billed $4.8 million and $3.4 million. Massive fraud taking place here inside the state of California.
As I mentioned before, I'm about to quit my day job and find a job in healthcare, daycare, or one of these industries because these guys are making way too much money and I'm paying too much in taxes. But jokes aside, after Nick Shirley exposed Gavin Newsom and the fraud that's running wild throughout California, Gavin Newsom, instead of coming forward and saying that he doesn't support fraud, that he's going to look into all these cases or allegations of fraud, he went ahead to attack Nick Shirley. And here he posted this picture where he's essentially calling Nick Shirley a creep instead of trying to work with Nick Shirley with the caption Nick Shirley right now. And the caption shows a guy with a whole bunch of cameras and he says, "Hey, can I see your kids?" Essentially making it seem like Nick Shirley is showing up at people's door looking for kids with a whole bunch of cameras trying to be a creep. But fortunately, we had a Democrat who came out and torched Gavin Newsom for trying to attack Nick Shirley. Take a look at this.
Why can't you celebrate any journalist or any, activist doing that? And what, Governor Newsom put out a disgusting video implying that he's, a pedophile or he's that. Like, why? That's like kind of a smear, you want to disagree but to imply that someone in one of the most gross kinds of terms like that.
There's only one possible reason why Governor Gavin Newsom would be attacking Nick Shirley like this is because he probably knew about the fraud and did nothing to stop it. And now Nick Shirley is actually exposing that fraud. He's trying to discredit Nick Shirley. Because remember what happened in Minneapolis. Nick Shirley went in, he exposed the daycare fraud, and Tim Walz had to resign. Now the walls are closing in on Gavin Newsom. He's trying to discredit Nick Shirley. He's trying to discredit everyone, including Dr. Oz, who's exposing all the fraud that's happening in California. This is how you act whenever you are guilty of something. And here we have Nick Shirley speaking on the attacks that he's been receiving from Gavin Newsom. Take a look.
Yes, the governor of California is an enemy to the people of California. He's literally working to support the fraudsters. Meanwhile, he could be working to expose the fraud. I mean, how stupid do you have to be to say, okay, let's go after the guy who's exposing the fraud. Let's not go after the fraudsters. That is what he's doing, what he's actively doing each and every single day when he makes out these statements, and all he does is blame the people who are showing the fraud. Why doesn't he say, "Hey, Nick, great video. How can we help?"
Right? That's what I would say. Wow, great video. How did you find this? Where did you go? And where are you going next so we can find somebody to go with you? Don't you think that would be a common response?
Exactly, because these tax dollars don't say right or left on them. They don't say Republican or Democrat.
Right.
Each tax dollar is a dollar for the American people. And when they go in
and here we have another video just to show you exactly what's happening in California. A Smalley daycare, another one of them, was busted for the same thing that you saw in Minneapolis and Minnesota. Take a look.
Now it says Medina Learning Center is now enrolling, so let's see if little Joey can learn a little bit here at Medina. Do you have the paperwork to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey? Yes, we'd like to enroll little Joey into daycare.
I'm sorry, it is not funny, but it feels like it is something that I'm watching inside of a movie. And this should not be happening inside this country. But this is what happened whenever you have mass illegal immigration. And these blue states, they welcome them in with open arms. They give them a whole bunch of handouts. We're talking about welfare. We're talking about making it so easy for them to start these businesses. Illegal immigrants. And that brings us to the end of today's show. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think in regards to all this fraud that's taking place in California. Also, please consider liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.